Hello, welcome back to... I almost said Pokemon because that's what we've been doing, but Kingdom Hearts. I am the Mermaid Pixel Doctor.
I am 20,000 Leagues Under the Pacific.
I've read that book. One of the few books I've actually read. Read that in middle school.
Was it required reading, or did you seek it out yourself?
It was required in the fact that I had to read something during I forget what they called it, but like instead of like, you know, it's the other half of lunch, but they didn't call, but study hall is what they called it.
Yeah.
I had to take, so we weren't allowed to talk to each other, so we had to read or pretend to read.
Oh wow, they really cracked the whip on you guys after I graduated then.
Well, that was in middle school. So
like that's what I'm saying. Like talking and fucking off in study hall was all I ever did.
Yeah, I mean, in high school they didn't care, but in middle school they were very strict with my class. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's actually where I met and befriended one of my friends who like really got me into anime.
That's why I think you graduated the same year, or no, it might have been because I went to high school with him, so he was a little younger.
Yeah, I graduated in 2010.
So you graduated 3 years before me. So you were, yeah. So you were. If I graduated in 2013, when you were a senior, I was a freshman. Yeah, freshman becoming sophomore. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh wait, that was supposed to go that way. I forgot what I was doing. So we gotta go to Ariel's Grotto again. Put the Crystal Trident thing in the place.
Yeah.
Again. I'm getting myself all mixed up here. The place is not very confusing, but I'm making it confusing. Honestly, this is because this area is so open, it actually makes it easier to navigate. And again, the tridents actually really help. Just hug the wall.
There you go.
Alright, I'm just gonna ignore these guys. I don't feel like dealing with... Ow. Donald, I'm very happy I gave you all those defense items. Hold on. Yeah, I think if you finish them off with the fire, they just explode.
Yeah, I'm seeing a pattern here.
I keep thinking that's the way out.
That's cool,
every
though.
time. Oh, and what I wanted to ask you. So in Pokemon... Or Nuzlocke... Oh, there's the shark again. Kill him real quick for some free experience. So I ended on an awkward spot. I was in the middle of Route 42. I don't know where I'm allowed to go because you made it to, what was it, Mahogany? For prices?
I made it to Mahogany and then I'm about to double back.
So like, I'm just trying to figure out where I can. That's what I was trying to ask yesterday. Like, where can I go? Like, can I make progress to Mahogany, or should I wait till we do that on camera? Like, I don't know.
I mean, realistically, you mean like stuff like that? Yeah, if you want to go to Mahogany, that's fine.
Yeah, because I don't want to do too much off camera. And
especially time-based stuff. Like, since we only have like Monday and maybe Tuesday to do stuff. There's going to be a lot of time-sensitive things that don't get, that aren't in actual episodes. Like me getting Heracross and Lapras, that's going to be in a montage.
Yeah, Gen 2 has...
Oh, correction. Well, correction. Me having gotten Heracross and... At this point in time, yes, I will attempt for a Lapras. But those are going to be, off the actual episodes anyway. Like, the episode's just going to start and I'm going to have that shit. So I would say if, like, time blinks a little bit and you're suddenly in Mahogany Town, like, as long as you don't go after price and stuff, I think you're golden.
They would shorten down our overall footage, which is probably a good thing, because that's probably going to be the longest game among all the Pokemon series.
Probably. Depends on how many times we get beaten back in Emerald and have to take teams from the box.
I don't know. Emerald's probably going to be... Emerald and... Honestly, these three gens are probably going to be the hardest. And Gen 7.
Yeah, because Emerald is not an easy Nuzlocke at all.
No, it's... And that's just because I think the gyms are probably some of the most difficult, just in terms of what the Pokemon they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if we're playing by our rules, but like our rules with the caps and everything. Like, especially Roxanne. Like, if you don't get a Shroomish in Petalburg Woods, you're screwed with Roxanne.
Yeah. Also, I went too far, I realized.
Although, I guess you can get a Wingle at some point, too. It'd be kind of a double-edged bird.
Well, it just depends. I mean, Winona is not going to be easy either, having a dragon dancing...
Winona's not easy in a non-Nuzlocke play.
Okay, I think...
Just empty the clip on those jellyfish.
Well, because I was hitting everything in between me and it, so it just worked out that way. I have so much magic, too, now. I mean, I might as well,
and
right?
Fire casts exactly nothing to use.
Yeah, and you could kind of just spam it.
I do appreciate that they put that in as a feature with that. And every time you kill one of those jellyfish, you get those magic obstacles.
Yeah, so even more reason to spam. You know why they probably did that, in part? Is definitely because Ariel's a caster. So giving like a large amount of bubbles so she has utility constantly.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
Good game design. I just like... It's just fun to just bam.
Mm-hmm. You just point, click, and have them go boom.
Oh, I wanted to see something real quick. Actually, yes, that's what I wanted. And we didn't get any AP yet. That's alright.
It'll come.
I know it will, but...
There's also AP ups, which will also help with that.
So what does this do? I don't...
Ariel, you've disobeyed me again. I told you not to leave the palace.
Daddy, no! How could you?
She can't cry because she's underwater.
Young man, you're not from another ocean. You're from another world, aren't you?
Huh?
Then you must be the key bearer.
How did you know?
You may fool Ariel, but you can't fool me. You don't know your dorsal fin from your tail. As the key bearer, you must already know one must not meddle in the affairs of other worlds.
Of course I know that, but...
You have violated this principle. The key bearer shatters peace and brings ruin.
Oh, Sora's not like that.
I thank you for saving my daughter, but there is no room in my ocean for you.
This
or
key
your
just
team.
spawn in his hand.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was on purpose or not. That looked a little awkward.
Just a bit.
I know Triton means well, but he does come off a bit of as a dick.
My. The poor
Well, he blames, at least in the movie, he blamed humans for the loss of his wife and doesn't want Ariel to meet the same fate, so...
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Here,
If only there
it
was
doesn't
something
quite come off the same.
we could do. Wait. maybe
No, because I don't think
Yes.
Atlantica features as a world in Birth by Sleep, so Triton would have no reason to distrust Keyblade wielders.
Oh, he would surely help.
Well, I guess he knows... Well, he knows about him, so it must be a secret passed down through the royal family from king to king.
Probably. He's not exactly young either, so it's incredibly likely that he's encountered a past one.
You're
It's true.
Ursula. Well, I was just wondering if...
It's all right. Helping others is what I live for. Let me guess. You wish to see other worlds.
So Ursula's a sea hag, basically, right? So if I were to make her in D&D.
Oh, your new friends came from another world.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But they had special help. That
For one.
mysterious key. No, cheer up, sweetie. You have something special too.
Huh?
Now listen carefully.
I don't remember what Ursula really wanted in the movie. It's been a while. Like, what was her...
She wanted. So she is a palace exile.
That? Yeah, I know
some
that
fan
much.
theories. Some fan theories actually postulate that she's King Triton's sister.
I could see
But,
that, yeah. I was actually thinking that at first.
But she is more or less jaded at the fact that she was exiled for, in her mind, unjust reasons. So she holds a grudge against King Triton and wants to steal his trident, the source of his power, and take his place as ruler of the seas.
Did they ever say why she was exiled?
I'm sure it did. Let me double check that real quick.
Practicing Black Sea magic. It's funny, because the Black Sea is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was thinking that's the Dead Sea. I was gonna say, isn't that like the Salty Sea, but that's the Dead Sea. I don't know where I'm supposed to go now. This particular area is not very good at telling you where you should go.
Okay, so, from what I'm seeing here, the fan theory that she and Triton are related has been essentially confirmed at this point.
I'm not too surprised by that, in all honesty.
Yeah, so when Ursula and Triton's father died, the pair were given equal share of the sea plus 2 magical items. Triton received the trident, while Ursula received the magic Nautilus shell. Though the two were meant to rule the seas together, Ursula's greed and use of dark magic to usurp Triton led to her being dead.
Wait, what? Read that last part back to me again.
She was greedy and tried to use dark magic to usurp her brother.
Yeah, that sounds about
But
right.
apparently the Nautilus shell she wears around her neck is a magical item on par with the trident.
Wonder what it does. Did they ever say?
In the movie, that was how she stole Ariel's voice, as she trapped it in the Nautilus shell.
Ah. So what I'm hearing is the trident could potentially steal someone's voice.
They never really say, like, what in all it can do, because the most you ever see Triton do with it is shoot lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Although, it is also the means by which he gave Ariel legs at the end of the movie, so I really have no idea what the hell he's going to do. It seems to be a big pointy plot device.
Yeah. You okay there, Donald? I don't
I'm
want to go
interested to see
now.
what they do with the. I'm interested to see what they do with the live-action remake this year, though.
I didn't see much of that.
I've been like I intentionally keep myself in the dark about that sort of stuff, so I can be surprised when it comes out.
The only thing I saw is that the main actress who plays Ariel is a woman of color, she
is.
Well, yeah. That I'm aware of that. That's really the only thing I know, and I've seen like people being upset by that because, of course.
I don't understand. Like I've seen promotional pictures from the movie, and she looks fucking amazing.
She looks like Ariel, and
yeah, like she's absolutely gorgeous. Like they picked a beautiful woman to play Ariel.
Is she a new actress? I didn't get her name. I don't remember.
Who
it was
Halle Bailey, I think is her name, because I remember it sounded like Halle Berry. I'm pretty sure it's Halle Bailey.
Okay, yeah, I did hear that then.
Keyhole they seek is
Wonder if she's been in
But
anything
I
else.
haven't seen her in much. Yeah, like I haven't seen her in much else, but I'm also not much of a cinephile, so I don't see a whole lot of movies.
Well, I've been slowly watching more. I finally watched
What else you long for?
Spirited Away for the first time last week.
Really? Okay, what'd you think?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. It started off kind of weird for me, and I was like, not sure about this. And then as it went on, I was like, yeah, this is a nice movie.
Yeah, like if you have if you've got a rudimentary understanding of yokai, it makes a lot more of that stuff make sense.
I knew that was like most of what the creatures and stuff were.
Yeah, they're all just Japanese spirits.
Yeah, that I knew. I don't know every yokai because there's goddamn 1,000 of them, honestly.
Dude, like I like that kind of mythology, and I don't even know every yokai.
There's so many.
Because they had one. They had one for everything. Like Kasa Obake, it's an umbrella that was discarded and developed a personality. Like fucking what?
For what reason we created this? I don't know. But be nice to your umbrella.
I mean, we got Actisom out of it in Monster Hunter Rise, so I'm not complaining too hard.
That is one of my favorite lower difficulty monsters. Oh, hello there.
See ya.
And then he's got the little diver dudes clean to the bottom like a Remoraid on a Mantine.
Love Mantine. I like Remoraid and I like Artillery. But
I would appreciate like an in-between evolution that you can explain to me how Remoraid turns into Artillery.
Did you ever see Remoraid's original art, by the way?
I have not. That might actually fill in some holes for me.
It is literally a gun.
The trident is mine at last, and I couldn't have done it without
So-
your help, my dear.
Ursula, no!
That's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I'll see if I can send it to you later. I remember.
Aren't you
That's
tired
cool.
of following your dear daddy's orders?
Aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go apeshit?
We had a deal, didn't we? Time for a little journey to the dark world of the Heartless.
We cannot find the keyhole. The keyhole is not here.
What?
Whenever plays Ursula, her voice sounds familiar.
Company. I'm
Pretty sure it's a dude.
late, handsome.
Is it?
I think so.
Well, either way, the voice does sound familiar to me.
Daddy!
The trident.
He's fine. He doesn't even have a
Must
stab wound.
Get it back.
Come on, let's go!
Wait, I'm going with you.
My father is hurt and it's all my fault.
I have to stop Ursula.
So it's like, okay.
That's right. I'm right behind you, Ariel.
Oh, no, no, apparently it's an actress named Pat Carroll who did her voice in the movie.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of these characters. Yeah, a lot of these characters have been voiced by the opposite gender of which they are presented as.
Oh yeah, and yeah, video games as well. Kingdom Hearts 2002 Ursula.
So yeah, that's right. That did sound the same.
And Kingdom Hearts 2 in 2005, and Dream Drop Distance in 2012.
They're a big fan of Kingdom Hearts.
Clearly.
Or just very dedicated to the role.
Either way, like I appreciate it when actors come back to reprise their original roles like that.
It is nice.
But back onto the topic of live-action Disney movies. I go into Little Mermaid with not high expectations, mostly because I haven't exactly been wowed by the live-action remakes they've done so far. But I appreciate what I have seen of the cast.
Yeah, I heard the live-action Mulan was particularly bad.
I could not get behind it.
I don't know what I didn't see the movie, so I don't know what was wrong with it.
I think most people's gripe with it is it was such a huge departure from the source material, at least in the way in which it was presented.
Give me all the money.
Oh yeah, the fish dropped the Thunder Gem too. But one of the best ones, at least in my opinion so far, has been Beauty and the Beast.
forgot they did that.
Yep, I took particular interest in viewing that one, mainly because it was banned in Alabama.
Why?
Why do you think?
I don't know.
It's Alabama, take a wild guess.
Does this have to do something with incestual relationships? I feel like Sweet Home
No,
Alabama.
it's so
I have no idea.
So you know LeFou, the guy who sings the Gaston song, like Gaston's little lackey who follows him around everywhere and is basically his hype man.
I have not seen the movie in a long time, so I don't really remember. But
well, in the live-action version, LeFou actually has an attraction to Gaston.
oh,
And it's a nice subplot. It actually plays in really well with the character, and they actually it comes to something of a payoff at the end of the movie. But Alabama being Alabama, they didn't want that in any of their movie theaters.
I see. Now it makes sense.
So AJ and I were actually on a road trip. I think we were visiting my relatives in Kentucky after we had bought the movie and watched it. But she enjoyed the soundtrack so much that we went ahead and got it so we could, play it in the car on the ride to and from. And as we were passing through Alabama on our way back to Texas, she rolled down the windows and blasted the soundtrack the whole time we were there.
Not that any of them would recognize it, but it would definitely give a sense of self-satisfaction.
Of course not, but yeah, we knew, and that's all we needed. But one of the main reasons that made it so good is little nods, especially there was a little nod to the French Revolution at one point where during Be Our Guest, Lumiere says he's talking about the dishes. He goes, "They can sing, they can dance. After all, Miss, this is France." In the live-action version, after he says "This is France," there is a cleaver half dug into a fish on the table, and he grabs the handle and he brings it down all the way and cuts the fish's head off.
Jeez.
And as soon as she and I saw that, we both started just open, almost cry laughing in the theater, and everyone else around us was looking at us like, "The fuck is y'all's you two's problem?"
And it's a joke that they did not get. I didn't get it, but hey.
They were not wise to it. But no, as far as they were concerned, we were just two psychos laughing at a candlestick decapitating a fish.
Yeah, as long as you enjoyed it, that's all that matters.
Oh yeah, it was a great movie. I'm personally a little indifferent to Emma Watson as Belle, but there were plenty of worse options they could have gone with.
Forgot that's who played Belle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who else. I mean, I'm not the biggest. I don't have the biggest knowledge on celebrities. Is he okay?
Oh, he's knocked out.
Apparently he's been that way for a while, because he was like that a few seconds ago. But, I don't know who else I would have had for that role.
He's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, I don't know who else I would have had done that role, though.
All things considered, Emma didn't do it bad. It's just about halfway through the movie, I found myself getting some real Kristen Stewart vibes from her,
Like, she just didn't care.
Not that she just didn't care, just there were certain scenes that called for a fair amount of emotion, and I just wasn't feeling it from her.
Sometimes it just be that way.
Yeah, and again, it didn't ultimately detract from me enjoying the movie. I still thought it was good, but it was something that I noticed.
Alright, I was getting annoyed with that guy.
I also like how they expanded on a couple of things. You find out, why Belle's mother isn't in the picture. You find out a little more about the Beast. All in all, it was a good project.
I watched an anime version of, an anime version telling of that story. It was just called Belle. Yeah, it was called Belle. It's pretty good.
Huh.
You probably like it.
Disney production, or was it a Disney production or an independent project?
Independent. It wasn't Disney.
Huh. Oh, yeah, I suppose not. Disney hasn't really, dipped their fingers into the anime basket.
That's totally true. They had Naruto on Disney XD for a while.
That doesn't count, and you know it.
They themselves have not made it, but they're not against buying it, because I think they own some stuff on Disney Plus. but I don't
Oh, I'm
know.
sure they do.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Yeah, well, what I mean to say is that Disney has not produced an anime.
Yeah. And personally, I hope they don't.
Yeah, that's
Stay in your lane.
just let some sacred things stay sacred.
I know anime is just
Incidentally,
an art style, or well,
yeah.
but just.
But I would actually, but I would be comfortable sharing this now since it's likely never going to come to pass. There was a time. Do you remember? God, honestly, I can't even remember his name now. But the guy who tried to join us at one point in Low Vienna, and none of us were having it.
Yeah. Yeah. What about him?
Yeah. He was talking about running a game at one point back when he was still in those graces. And I had brainstormed an idea for a Ratfolk warlock whose patron was simply called the Great Mouth.
I vaguely remember you mentioning this. I feel like you mentioned it to me before.
Yes, and it would be a running gag whenever he killed an enemy, thereby sacrificing them to his patron. He would say, "Conform to the mix or die!"
Oh, Jesus. Where are we going now? We're getting lost again. So we went to the throne room, Ursula disappeared. Supposed to go to Ariel's place, the ship, maybe?
Check back with the sunken ship, probably.
Gotta get to the dolphin again.
Ice on ice-based enemies, Donald. Way to go.
He's
Way to
not
piss into that wind tunnel.
Yeah, he's not the smartest of fellas.
Let's see.
I feel like you're right, though. Probably a sunken ship. Getting a lot of money out of these, though.
Oh yeah, okay, so I'm looking at it. You do go back to the sunken ship.
Okay, cool. So I gotta click
Immediately followed by the sentence, lots of backtracking in this area, yes?
Yeah, this is probably... I think this world's gonna be number 3 for me. In terms of overall ranking status. I don't dislike this one so far. But a lot of backtracking, like the Tarzan one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need the dolphin. Is the dolphin? No, the dolphin was in the other area I was just in, right? Damn it.
I think he's in here.
Well, he doesn't. We can't get to the sunken ship from here.
Yeah, you're right.
He's fine. All right, so I gotta go. Now I gotta go back.
But on the topic of enjoyable movies, while I was knowledgeable enough to make like quotes and references to them, I had actually never seen the Alien movies until this weekend.
I haven't seen them either. I know they're classics. I'll eventually watch them, but I don't do well with like horror and stuff like that. Body horror in particular.
Oh, then yeah, I guess Alien would be a nice one to steer clear from.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Funny
so
enough.
AJ had seen them specifically because she's a big fan of AVP, and when I mentioned I'd never seen Alien, she was like, "Oh nope, we're marathoning these." So we saw Aliens 1 and 2 the other night, and probably next weekend because we're both going to be busy with work now. We're going to watch Aliens 3, 4, and probably get into AVP.
Yeah, I just don't do well with like body horror and gore. There's not.
The gore actually isn't that bad with Aliens. It's mostly the body horror of like the face hugger, you know, laying an egg in you and then it bursting out of your chest.
Yeah. It probably isn't so bad that I probably couldn't deal with it, honestly. Not as bad as I used to be with it.
It's very late 70s special effects, so if you can stomach that, you might actually be okay.
I watched a full documentary. I actually posted it in general channel like a couple weeks ago of one of my. He used to do League of Legends content. He doesn't do it anymore because he got bored of the game. And he likes doing full documentaries and stuff because he worked in the film industry. He's actually funny. He's been an editor for a long time. He actually started off working at like adult film sets, just doing the editing.
Okay,
and stuff.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
no shame. I mean, job's a job. He gets paid, and they were, he said that they were all really nice people and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, I've actually met a couple of them myself. They are.
I mean, I can't imagine most of them would be. I feel like maybe you get a guy or well, you would think that you get a guy that'd be very confident, be like, yeah, I get to be with all these women, blah 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 blah. But I don't know. I've never met one, so I can't say.
Mean, I was gonna say like the ones I've met are surprisingly casual about it.
I mean, it's just a job. You work with your coworkers, be nice, and treat everyone fairly, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's that's kind of what they said. Is like you show up to work, you do the job, and then that's it. You get paid and you go home.
I wasn't watching this thing, but I was on Twitter the other day, and there's this, I guess, a new movie or something, or a Netflix series or something, and there were this. I think there was 2 rappers that were doing it, one female, one male, and they had a whole scene where she was supposed to do the do with him, and she was like, he was very nice about it. He was very, because she was not very comfortable. She was comfortable doing it, but she was nervous because she had never done anything like that before. And I think she actually explained that she had never done it ever. So they explained everything, and then some people in the comments were explaining how they do these scenes with like balloons and stuff in between, so there's actually nothing actually happening, which I did not know.
Yeah.
Which I did not know that. So
I watched. It was kind of a, I don't want to call it a director's cut, but it was like a sit down with the cast of an old HBO show called Tell Me You Love Me, and they were explaining like how they simulated the scenes in that show, and that was pretty much it. Like they were explaining like what all is done in those kinds of scenes to make it as realistic looking as possible without it actually being, what it is.
It's very interesting how the media has done stuff like that.
And
someone had to think of that.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what it was is somebody probably got the shit suit out of them for not taking those kinds of pictures.
Now I feel like that might have been one of those things where they were like, you know what, we gotta do this now, get this all figured out, because people aren't gonna want to voluntarily do this.
I don't think that was really a factor in the old film industry.
Well, whatever the case, just gonna follow the dolphin. No, the jellyfish is gonna leave me alone. Just want to get on the dolphin.
Fine, you got this.
Well, like, I could have gotten onto him, but every time we got close, like, the enemies would spawn. I feel like I'm gonna have to fight the shark again, but that's not really a big deal. You might. He gives good experience, so I'm not gonna complain. Yep, there he is. I had a feeling.
Fire!
Out of range.
Fire!
Maybe I should have taken the magic staff. You made me nervous with the sword thing, but I really like using magic in this game.
Yeah, magic in this game is admittedly really good. I just enjoy hitting things with a big fuck-off key.
It's really hard for games to get a good balance between magic and physical attacks, because usually one or the other's too powerful or too weak. Generally, it's magic's the other too powerful or too weak.
The trick I find is you have to, like, especially with melee hits, you have to make the act of hitting something with a melee attack satisfying. Because, like, Monster Hunter, I feel, and you can probably confirm this even more than me since you use it more, Greatsword does that phenomenally.
I like hitting. It does feel very good to hit.
And see, that's the thing, is with the greatsword, you hit so hard that, like, it's almost like time stops at the point of impact, and your enemy has to take a moment to get stunned after realizing how hard you just hit them. And I appreciate that. Like, I'm a quick, like, all-out attack dual swords kind of guy, but when I want to take a slower play, I also enjoy big fuck-off weapons like that make my enemies regret being born.
That's the fun thing about Dark Souls I've learned recently is if you have certain weapons, you can stagger the enemy after a certain amount of hits. Some of them, and it depends from enemy to enemy. But it does feel pretty good. Kind of getting... It mostly works on the lower enemies. It works on some bosses, but most of the bosses have higher... a higher proportion of hits to... I'll probably need to go to that cave.
I don't think so, actually.
No? I'll go into the
ship. It should be
ship.
something on the ground, it should be something on the floor, like on the opposite side of the ship.
I'm on the opposite side of the ship. Oh,
it's like something on the wall that Sebastian... Well, there's that too. But I think it's something on the wall that Sebastian has to open for you.
If you were to actually start playing Dark Souls, I would play it with you. If you ever felt the desire to try it out.
Wait, look left.
Too. Look left? Oh, hold on.
Hold now down. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. I didn't even see him. I saw the prompt. Den of Tides.
And I know there is a save spot in here somewhere.
Cool, that's where we'll save for this episode once we find it. Dude, underwater locales always look so good. I really do wish they would bring back Monster Hunter, but just, like, have us walk on the water, like, on the seafloor. Easy.
I mean, if they could... Because I don't... Like, I know it was one of those things where, like, they didn't have a full handle on it back during Monster Hunter 3, but I don't remember it that badly. Like, if they wanted to try underwater combat again in the next Monster Hunter game, I would probably still be willing to give it a try.
Me too. Also, bring back Lagiacrus, please. Bring him back. I want to see him again.
Please, yes, for the love of gods.
Well, we'll talk about that more next time. See you guys later.